We did just see Chief Erica Shields show up just before we got started here at 11:30. So hopefully we'll be able to talk to her in a few minutes, and I will keep you updated as soon as we do. It was here that 14-year-old Jacob McCarty was last seen. Surveillance video from that camera right there captured his last steps. He was walking his dog right down this pathway to that trail, and that's where his dad says he last saw him. And it is yet another school shooting that leaves many families wondering, are my kids safe? Well, the National Weather Service just confirmed an EF1 tornado in Shelby County. We right now are on the Miller property. They've had this land for generations. This is what they woke up to this morning. It's much quieter here at Wilkerson Elementary School than it was just a few hours ago. First responders left the school between 4 and 4:30. The suspicious package was found at 5th and Jefferson, which is actually about a block up from where we are standing right now. But police still have the area surrounding Jefferson Street blocked off. And if you can see behind me, you can see one of the robots that police use to inspect these devices that they found. Well, Gail, 2 guns were found at Jamie Knowles' home after a judge had said he couldn't have any. Well, guys, we're actually across the river because you really can see the barges much better from here. We're going to show you right now. And as soon as you start zooming in on that, you can see just how fast that current is near those barges. And officials say that is exactly why they are still there. Now we've moved to the other side of their property, and this is their driveway that we're standing on here. Another tree here snapped in half. The one right next to it snapped as well. This one over here, another one uprooted. Look at that tree. Have you ever seen anything like that? Now, I mentioned that this property has been in this family for generations. Steve's daughter lives right across the street. The largest barn at one point in time in Shelby County destroyed. We'll show you that coming up in 30 minutes. Live in Shelbyville, Christie Battista, WDRB News. What we found in these court proceedings is troubling. A violent past, a series of guilty pleas, and getting out of prison long before serving his sentences. Christopher Gordon Sr., the man police say shot a woman and her 10-year-old son and took off with their 2-year-old child, has a violent past. Court records show he's pleaded guilty to domestic violence, assault, and reckless homicide.
How can you just sit up and take an innocent life? Like, I don't understand it. Like, I feel like the justice system failed.
This person, who wants to stay anonymous because of safety concerns, is familiar with Gordon's criminal past. And what happened Sunday brings back the memories of another deadly crime that happened in 2009. Gordon was convicted of reckless homicide after killing 17-year-old Norman Beals. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison in 2011, but was released early. Just 2 years later, he was charged with wanton endangerment in 2013 and was sentenced to 3 years. Released early yet again, court records show he was charged with domestic violence assault not just once, but in 2015, 2017, 2019, and 2021. Those involved different women, but they were both mothers of his children.
What is it going to take? What is it going to take for y'all to put this man behind bars? Like, I don't understand it. Now, her kids have to live without their mother because the justice system failed.
He was on probation for that domestic assault last year.
If they would have kept him locked up, innocent people wouldn't be going through this.
Now, police say Gordon is considered armed and dangerous. If you see him, do not approach him. Call 911 immediately. In Louisville, Christie Battista, WDRB News. I sat next to the mushroom hunter who found 5-year-old Cairo Jordan nearly 2 years ago. He was inconsolable during the hearing. The boy's mother, in an orange jumpsuit, saying the federal government was following her. After nearly 2 years on the run, this is the first glimpse we are getting of Dejon Anderson. She walks into the courtroom and smiles at the cameras.
I am Princess Kalifia Hatan Tupape II, representing the entity Dejon Anderson.
Dejon Anderson gives an alias, wants to represent herself, and says Space Force has been keeping track of her. It was only 15 minutes, but by the end of it, you could tell Judge Medlock was fed up with her antics.
I have been under NSA surveillance for the past 8 months, and how can that qualify me as a fugitive on the run when I've also had a detail from Space Force that was following my every move? When I contacted the Indiana State.
Let me tell you, that is not a valid legal objection. If you want to represent yourself, you're going to have to learn the rules of evidence and the rules of procedure, because if you conduct yourself like this and make these types of objections, you have no chance in the world.
Anderson is accused of killing her 5-year-old son, Cairo Jordan, stuffing him in a suitcase and leaving him on the side of these woods in New Pekin, Indiana. Judge Medlock didn't set a bond, meaning she won't be able to get out of jail. At the end, he decided he will not allow her to represent herself.
Based on what I've just heard, I'm going to ask someone from the Public Defender Office to be assigned to represent Ms. Anderson.
The community of Salem, who adopted the boy as their own, couldn't believe what they heard either.
I am relieved she's caught, but what I saw when she came in and opened her mouth, nobody's going to buy that. All we want is justice, her locked up forever.
Dejon Anderson is expected to be back in court in 3 weeks.
Every time I walk into that courtroom, it's just everything's flooded of what I lost.
It was another day Kaylee Sauter and the family of 17-year-old Mohammed Hussein thought they would get closure.
We just want it to be over. We just want him to rest.
Commonwealth versus Eric Ocampo Gonzalez may have...
Wednesday was the second hearing Eric Ocampo was expected to take a plea deal for the murder charge in a DUI crash that killed Hussein. It caused a chain reaction with 2 other cars.
I couldn't see him as a monster. Now it's hard not to see him as one.
LMPD says Ocampo was speeding and didn't try to slow down or stop before crashing into a Toyota Hussein was riding in on Shepherdsville Road last April. Police say Ocampo had a blood alcohol level more than 4 times the legal limit.
How is any of this arguable? I know it's a process. It's not a good one.
Wednesday, Ocampo's attorney asked to inspect a vehicle involved in the crash. Hussein's family left waiting again, not able to put into words how difficult the past 10 months have been.
This is the hardest thing we've been through. I don't know. I really don't know.
Pictures of Sauter and Hussein, a reminder of what they used to have, memories and thoughts of the prom they should have been able to go to this year.
We would practice in my kitchen, dancing for prom. We had so many plans.
Leaving arm in arm, hoping for justice next time they walk these halls.
I'm just sad. And I'm just heartbroken. And I just feel so helpless because I can't do anything. And I have to hold faith in these people, and they haven't given me a reason to.
The second floor of this home in Bremen virtually gone. This is the aftermath of the tornado that came through over the weekend and what's left to clean up.
It's still, even at this point, it's still, unrecognizable to me.
Muhlenberg County Sheriff's Deputy Alex Piper has driven these roads countless times.
It doesn't look anything like this.
Unrecognizable. Foundations, frames of homes, evidence of a direct path of a tornado.
Almost seems like it's just kind of a dream. It's all kind of surreal.
11 people from Muhlenberg County died as a result of the storm. The governor making his first trip Tuesday to look at what's left.
Here, actually, my Uncle Ed married my dad's sister. His entire family is from here. He just lost 2 first cousins. It's everybody knows everybody, and I mean the loss is. It's really hard.
And in the same small town that's cleaning up what's left of their homes, others are giving what they can to help.
Oftentimes, and especially, folks seem to think that the spirit of humanity has been lost. And out here, if there's any good thing that comes out of it, it's just a reminder that no, it's still there.
Giving them hope as they pick up the pieces and start over. And with debris still scattered around the area, you can see brand new power poles. Crews are working around the clock to make sure power was restored to people in Bremen.